Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel R Square Pathshala. My name is Ravi Sani. In the previous video, we had learnt about maps. We have learnt about small scale map and large scale map. Then we have learnt about the components of map. There were three components of map: distance, direction, and symbols. In this video, we will be starting at chapter 5th, major domains of the earth. So let's start. As you have read in the first chapter, the earth is the only planet which has life. Human beings can live here because the life sustaining elements of land, water, and air are present on the earth. The surface of Earth is a complex zone in which three main components of the environment meet, overlap, and interact. The solid portion of the Earth on which we live is called lithosphere. The gaseous layer that surrounds the Earth is known as atmosphere, where oxygen, nitrogen, carbon dioxide, and other gases are found. Water covers a large or a very big area of the Earth's surface. This area is called hydrosphere. The hydrosphere comprises water in all its forms, that is ice, water, and water vapor. So basically, we have seen lithosphere, the solid portion of the earth; atmosphere, the gaseous layer that surrounds the earth; and the hydrosphere. Water covers a very big area of the earth's surface, and this area is called hydrosphere. Then there is biosphere. Biosphere is a narrow zone where we find land, water, and air together, which contains all forms of life. Basically, biosphere is a narrow zone where lithosphere, atmosphere, and hydrosphere exist. Okay, where life is possible. So we'll discuss about lithosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere, and biosphere one by one. Let us start with the lithosphere. As we have studied, the solid portion of the earth is called lithosphere. It comprises the rocks of the earth crust and the thin layers of soil that contains nutrient elements which sustain organisms. Basically, the topmost layer of earth, that is earth crust, and the thin layer of soil above earth crust, which constitutes lithosphere. Basically, there are two main divisions of earth's surface: the large landmass known as continents and the huge water bodies called ocean basins. All the oceans of the world are connected with one another, as we can see from the figure. Let me show you. See, we can see Pacific Ocean, we can see Atlantic Ocean, we can see Indian Ocean, Arctic Ocean, and Southern Ocean. All these oceans are interconnected with each other. Okay, they are not separated, they are interconnected. So the level of seawater remains the same everywhere. Elevation of land is measured from the level of the sea, which is taken as 0. So elevation of sea, which is same everywhere, so we assume the elevation of sea as the reference point, or the elevation of a land is measured from the elevation of sea, and the elevation of sea is taken as 0. Okay, the highest mountain peak, that is Mount Everest, is 8848 meters above the sea level, or we can say the mean sea level. The greatest depth of 11,022 meters is recorded at Mariana Trench in the Pacific Ocean. So this approximate 11 kilometer. Could you imagine the depth of sea is much more than the highest point? So there is a fact that Edmund Hillary from New Zealand and Tenzing Norgay Sherpa, India, were the first man to climb the highest mountain peak, Mount Everest, on the planet Earth on 29th May 1953. Junko Tebei from Japan was the first woman to reach the summit on 16 May 1975. The first Indian woman to climb the highest peak on 23rd May 1984 was Bachendri Pal. Okay, now let us discuss about continents. There are 7 major continents. These are separated by large water bodies. These continents are Asia, Europe, Africa, North America, South America, Australia, Antarctica. So let us look on the map and just observe the continents. So this is our Asia, Europe, Africa, North America, South America, Antarctica and Australia. Okay, so from this figure, if you say this is Asia, Europe, Africa, North America, South America, Antarctica and Australia. So let us discuss one by one each continent. So Asia is the largest continent. It covers about 1/3 of the total land area of the earth. So this is our area. This is the largest continent, which constitutes around 1/3 of the total land area of the earth. So the biggest continent is Asia. Asia continent lies in the eastern hemisphere. As we have seen, the Greenwich line passes from here, approximately from here. So this is eastern hemisphere and this is western hemisphere. So Asia lies in the eastern hemisphere. The Tropic of Cancer passes through this continent. Asia is separated from Europe by the Ural Mountains on the west. The combined landmass of Europe and Asia is called Eurasia, Europe plus Asia. So this Asia is separated from Europe by Ural Mountains. Okay, so Europe lies west of Ural Mountains and east of Ural Mountain lies Asia. The next continent is Europe. It is a much smaller than Asia. The continent lies to the west of Asia as already studied. The Arctic Circle passes through it. It is bound by water bodies on 3 sides. Let us see on the map. So water bodies here, water bodies here, water bodies here. So Europe is surrounded by water bodies from 3 sides. Next continent is Africa. Africa is second largest continent after Asia. The equator, that is 0 degree, runs almost through the middle of the continent. A large part of Africa lies in the northern hemisphere. Okay, look at the figure map 5.1. You will find it is the only continent through which Tropic of Cancer, Equator and Tropic of Capricorn passes. So this is Africa. Okay, so this is equator. Maximum of the Africa lies north of equator. So Tropic of Cancer, Tropic Equator and Tropic of Capricorn, all 3 passes through Africa. So Sahara Desert, the world's largest hot desert, is located in Africa. Somewhere here. This is Sahara Desert. The continent is bound on all sides by oceans and sea. From this side, South Atlantic Ocean, this side Indian Ocean, this side Mediterranean Sea. Okay, so from all sides it is surrounded by oceans and seas. So world's longest river Nile flows through Africa. Longest river of the world is Nile, that flows through Africa. From here, if you can see, this is the river Nile. Then notice the equator, Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn passes in the map of Africa, as we have already seen. Then North America, which is the third largest continent of the world, it is linked to the South America by a very narrow strip of land called Isthmus of Panama. See from this figure, this is North America, this is South America. It is connected with South America through the very narrow land strip, that is Isthmus of Panama. The continent lies completely in the northern and the western hemisphere. So this is equator. So it completely lies in the northern hemisphere and in the western hemisphere. This is eastern hemisphere, this is western hemisphere, this is southern hemisphere, this is northern hemisphere. So northern and western hemisphere. 3 oceans surrounds this continent. What are 3 oceans? Atlantic Ocean, Pacific Ocean, and the above is Arctic Ocean. Then South America. South America lies mostly in the southern hemisphere, mostly, which 2 oceans surround it on the east and west. On the east side, it is surrounded by Atlantic Ocean. On the west side, it is surrounded by Pacific Oceans. Okay, so this map is very much important. You can learn very much about uh, using or just observing this map. Okay, the Andes, world's longest mountain range, runs through its length from north to south, from somewhere here. This is Andes, world's longest mountain range. South America has the world's largest river, Amazon. Okay, so Australia is the smallest continent that lies entirely in the southern hemisphere. It is surrounded on all sides by the oceans and the sea. It is called an island continent. So where is Australia? This is Australia. It is an island continent surrounded from all sides by oceans and seas. Okay. Then last continent is Antarctica. It is completely in the southern hemisphere. It is a huge continent. The South Pole lies almost at the center of this continent. It is located in the South Polar region. It is permanently covered with thick ice sheets. There are no permanent human settlements. Many countries have research stations in Antarctica. India also has a research station there named Maitri and Dakshin Gangotri. Let us look at the location of Antarctica. So this is Antarctica. Okay, this is lies completely in the southern hemisphere. Okay, located in South Polar region, permanently covered with thick ice sheets. Okay, now a strait is a narrow passage of water connecting two large water bodies like seas and oceans. Like between India and Sri Lanka, there is a strait, that is Pak Strait. Okay, that connects Bay of Bengal on the east side and the Indian Ocean on the other side. So the narrow body of water which connects two major water bodies, that is strait, and isthmus is a narrow strip of land joining two land masses. Both are narrow strips. Isthmus that joins two land masses, whereas strait joins two large water bodies. Okay, the narrow strip of land connecting two land masses, isthmus, narrow strip of water body connecting two large water bodies like oceans and seas. Okay, That was all about lithosphere. Next is hydrosphere. So the earth is called the blue planet because more than 71% of the earth is covered with water and 29% is with land. Hydrosphere consists of water in all its forms, as running water in oceans and rivers, and in lakes, ice in glaciers, underground water, and the water vapor in atmosphere. All comprise the hydrosphere. Okay, more than 97% of Earth's water is found in the ocean and is too salty for human use. A large proportion of the rest of the water is in the form of ice sheets and glaciers or under the ground, and a very small percentage is available as fresh water for consumption. So 97% is ocean, only 2.5% is fresh water, and from this 2.5% maximum is in the form of ice sheets and glaciers or underground water, and only a very small percentage available as fresh water for human use. So despite being a blue planet, we face shortage of water. Okay, so this is just an exercise. By counting the number of boxes, you can arrange the continents from biggest to smallest just by counting the number of boxes, and do this exercise at your own. So next is ocean. Oceans are a major part of hydrosphere. They are all interconnected, as we have seen already. The ocean waters are always moving. The three chief movements of ocean waters are waves, the tides, and the ocean currents. Wave, tides, and the ocean currents. The five major oceans are the Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Indian Ocean, Southern Ocean, and the Arctic Ocean in order of their size. So the biggest ocean is Pacific, then Atlantic, then Indian Ocean, then Southern, and then Arctic. Okay, so the Pacific Ocean is the largest ocean. It is spread over one third of the earth. Mariana Trench, the deepest part of the earth, lies in the Pacific Ocean. The Pacific Ocean is almost circular in shape. Asia, Australia, North and South America surround it. Let us see in the map. So this is Pacific Ocean. This is North America, South America. This is Asia and Australia. Okay. Then Atlantic Ocean is the second largest ocean in the world. It is of S-shaped. How it is of S-shaped? Let me show you in the map. See, this is S-shaped. Let me clear everything. It is of S-shaped. This is S-shaped. Okay. So Atlantic Ocean is S-shaped. It is flanked by North and South Americas on the western side and Europe and Africa on the eastern side. The coastline of the Atlantic Ocean is highly indented. This irregular and indented coastline provides ideal location for natural harbors and ports. From the point of view of commerce, it is the busiest ocean. So indented coastlines are favorable position for the natural harbors. So in terms of trade or commerce, this Atlantic Ocean is the busiest ocean. Okay, so this is the indented coastline. You can see indented, not smooth shaped. So Indian Ocean, the only ocean named after a country, that is India. The shape of ocean is almost triangular. In the north it is bound by Asia, in the west it is bound by Africa, and in the east by Australia. Then the Southern Ocean encircles the continent of Antarctica and extend northwards to 60° south latitude. Then Arctic Circle is located within the Arctic Circle and surrounds the North Pole. It is connected with Pacific Ocean by a narrow stretch of shallow water known as Bering Strait. It is bound by a northern coast of North America and Eurasia. Let me show you the Bering Strait. So this is Pacific Ocean. So this is Bering Strait. This is Arctic Ocean. This is Pacific Ocean. So this is Bering Strait. Okay. Now Indian Ocean was triangular. See, this is India. This is triangular. West by Africa, east by Australia, north by Asia. This is triangular Indian Ocean. Okay, got it? I hope you are clear with continents and oceans. Then we'll discuss about atmosphere. The earth is surrounded by a layer of gas called atmosphere. This thin blanket of air is an integral and important aspect of the planet. It provides us with the air we breathe and protects us from the harmful effect of sun rays. The atmosphere extends up to a height of about 1600 kilometers. The atmosphere is divided into 5 layers based on the composition, temperature, and other properties. These layers, starting from Earth's surface, are called troposphere, stratosphere, then mesosphere, thermosphere, and exosphere. So this is 1600 kilometer. Okay, starting from the troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, and exosphere. Okay, the atmosphere is composed mainly of nitrogen and oxygen, which makes up 99% of clean dry air. Nitrogen 78%, oxygen 21%, and other gases like carbon dioxide, argon, and other comprises 1% by volume. So first is nitrogen 78%, then oxygen, then carbon dioxide, argon. Okay, oxygen is the breath of life, while nitrogen helps in growth of living organisms. Carbon dioxide, though present in minute amount, is important as it absorbs heat radiated by the earth, thereby keeping the planet warm. It is also essential for growth of planets. So carbon dioxide, though present in very small amount, but that is very much important for us because it absorbs the heat radiated by the earth to keep the planet warm and also protects us from the heat, also keeping the planet warm, and is also essential for growth of plants, my mistake, also essential for the growth of plants. The density of atmosphere varies with height. Density is maximum at the sea level and decreases rapidly as we go up. So climbers experience problems in breathing due to this decrease in density of air. So they have to carry with them oxygen cylinders to be able to breathe at high altitudes. The temperature also decreases as we go upwards. The atmosphere exerts pressure on the earth. This varies from place to place. Some areas experience high pressure, some areas low pressure. So air moves from high pressure to low pressure, and the moving air is known as wind. So basically, as we move up, density of air decreases, temperature also decreases. So the pressure is at some places we experience high pressure, and from some at some places we experience low pressure. The air moves from high pressure to low pressure, and the moving air is known as wind. The last topic is biosphere. Biosphere is the domain of life. The biosphere, as we have already studied, is a narrow zone of contact between the land, water, and air. It is in this zone that life that is unique to this planet Earth exists. There are several species of organisms that vary in size from microbes and bacteria to huge mammals. All the living organisms, include humans, are linked to each other and to the biosphere for survival. So basically, here lithosphere is there, atmosphere is there, hydrosphere. This narrow zone is known as biosphere, where organisms, plants, mammals, where life is possible. Okay. The organism in the biosphere may broadly be divided into plant kingdom and the animal kingdom. The three domains of the earth interact with each other and affect each other in some way or the other. For example, cutting of trees for fulfilling our needs for wood or clearing land for agriculture may lead to fast removal of soil from the slopes. Similarly, Earth's surface may be changed due to natural calamities like earthquake. For example, there could be a submergence of land, as happened in the case of tsunami. Parts of Andaman and Nicobar Islands were submerged underwater. Discharge of waste material into lakes and rivers make the water unsuitable for human use. It also damages other forms of life. So emissions from industry, thermal power plants, vehicles pollute the air. Carbon dioxide is an important constituent of the air, but increase in the amount of CO2 leads to increase in the global temperature. This is termed as global warming. So there is thus a need to limit the use of resources of the earth to maintain the balance of nature between the domains of lithosphere, hydrosphere, and atmosphere. Okay, so this was all in this chapter, where we have learnt about domains of the earth: lithosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere, and biosphere. Okay, I hope this chapter is clear to you. If not, please read thoroughly and watch again this video. I hope you will be clear. If you have any doubt, please post me in the comment section. I will try to answer as soon as possible. Thank you very much.